the original explosion occurred, at that time there was a mind, the Creator's mind. The excitement of the explosion, the sheer awe and wonder of this mind, this first thinking being, with the body of energy for a form, was what caused the creation of everything, and the tiny little central core that caused it all is still there. This is very difficult for us on the earth plane to grasp. An analogy here might be to compare the tiny atom that is still at the center of all creation to the grain of sand that's still in the center of the pearl as the pearl formed around it. At the time of the nuclear explosion, this mind was shattered into individual particles. You and I and everyone were part of one of these particles. Due to the principle of like attracts like, the particles grouped together as far as vibration went and began to form into galaxies, stars, planets, and suns. Much of the original mind stayed contained within the black hole beneath the line of demarcation and controlled or patterned the particles that were drifting away into the vast cosmos with a pattern for the perfect mind. When Michael, our Creator God, was born, his mind came into being as a thinking entity. This mind was unpoisoned and uncluttered because there was nothing to poison or clutter it. Everything was absolutely pure and clean. Therefore, this mind followed absolute perfection as far as reaction to scientific circumstances. It is still so. The human mind, on the other hand, is subject to poison and clutter from the first moments of birth on. This is due to evolution. Creation will always be pure. Evolution will always be impure. Even though evolution is a scientific reaction to circumstances also, it is subject to influence. Pure creation is not subject to influence by others. Remember this at all times. Can you imagine being the first one on a world where no one had ever been before? This is the ultimate pioneer, the ultimate exploration experience. This mind did not know anything other than feeling good and being happy and joyous. This mind influenced everything that came after this with these feelings of freedom, curiosity, joy, peace, happiness, and so on. These feelings are embedded in all the planets, stars, and even the nebulae that are still forming. As an overview, the drawing of the Master Universe shows the path of progress for the human mind, as all creation is a repeated pattern. The 4 outer space levels represent our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, starting with the 4th outer space level as our physical body, and working our way into the center, our God within. At the same time, it shows the design of the large universe with the tiny hydrogen atom at the very center. When we reach the center and graduate from the central core, we reside in the outer space levels and are the teachers in the primary schools, which we would consider our inner planes when applying this to our inner journey. Only we are working on a level of pre-thought forms. You might say the outer space levels are the incubator stages for the oversouls. The primary schools, the 4 outer space levels, exist for the sake of instigating thought forms in the matter universe. Here we gather together the blend of virtues and graces and make a pool of energy that the Oversoul can use as his body when he begins his journey. This is very complicated and only serves to confuse unless it can be simplified. Let's take an example of a granary where all the different grains with their individual qualities are gathered. One farmer, the Oversoul, comes to the granary and takes so many sacks of each different grain, atoms, to his own farm, his universe, to have it stored there to be used as he needs and sees fit. The outer space levels are the original fields of grain. The super-universe is the granary, and God is the master controller of the granary. The Oversoul is the farmer, and we are one of the pieces of grain. This is as simple as needs be to explain this part. The super-universe, the intermediate school, is where the grain is stored until it is needed. These are the evolutionary worlds. The outer space worlds are not evolutionary, they are manifest eternally. The superuniverses, the evolutionary worlds, or the intermediate schools, are where the qualities of the different grains are tested and crossed and mixed and worked on until as perfect as they can become in this intermediate school. They then continue to work their way to the central core and then back out into outer space as a teacher in the original field of grain, trying at all times to produce better crops of basic grain, better stock, atomic matter, to be sent to the superuniverse for intermediate schooling. As the spiritual center, the central core of our being is attained, we then return to the outer space circle to teach and aid those on the upward spiral. Now, none of this is acquired in a single lifetime, of course, for anyone. But as everything is a repeated pattern for all else, each lifetime should pattern itself after this process as far as spiritual growth is concerned. In other words, like a mini course in the University of Life, our universe. After the first trip through the central core, most likely we will start again in not only the same universe, but also the same galaxy. This will continue forever. We will eventually return to our original solar system and start all over again. We do not cross over into other superuniverses ever. A nuclear explosion, being a chain reaction, means that the same process of build-up and explosion happened repeatedly in many different directions, like the rays coming off the sun. We are still in the chain reaction from the original explosion. It is still going on. Picture it as being in slow motion. The changing and forming of new planets and suns and stars is the continuation of the original nuclear explosion. Our solar system is based on a pattern of 12 different states of being as far as frequencies. Each of these 12 different frequencies relate to a tone of the musical chromatic scale. The universe is alive with musical vibration at all levels and all space continuums. These 12 streamers are the galaxies, remember, and each galaxy gave birth to 12 solar systems. Our solar system is based on a pattern of 12 different states of being as far as frequencies. Each of these 12 different frequencies relate to a tone of the musical chromatic scale. The universe is alive with musical vibration at all levels and all space continuums. In our universe, there are time tubes that run through the universe which, when found, would make space travel much easier and faster. The vibratory rate within these time tubes is totally different than the vibratory rate outside the tubes. Inside the tubes, the rate is tightened up. This is not the same as speeded up. There is a big difference. To speed up the vibratory rate makes a shimmer effect. To tighten the vibratory rate means to pull it together and make it sharper. Speeding up diffuses it, tightening it sharpens it. It is the same identical vibratory rate that is outside the tubes, but is tightened, which reduces the distance. This is quite difficult to describe to those who have no concept of the makeup of this vibratory rate. The closest thing that can be given as an analogy would be to picture a field of cooked rice as the outside of the tube and a field of uncooked rice as inside the tube. The field of cooked rice spreads out over a more vast area with the same amount of rice that would make up the inside of the tube. Since the original measurement of the rice was identical, you would be using the same amount of vibratory rate in both areas, only you could travel through it much faster as uncooked rice. There is no end or beginning of time or space. It is all one huge sphere. The principle of like attracts like had come into play, and the galaxies, stars, suns, and planets were being formed. At the same time, the part of the spirit mind that was caught and swirling around in this process was given birth as the mind of our Oversoul. This was when Michael, our Creator God, was born. He watched as our galaxy, the Milky Way, as we call it, came into being. He, as the Oversoul of our galaxy, will use it to gain his own spiritual growth. Yes, there is a God, a powerful, all-pervading energy whose presence is everywhere in everything. It is an energy field filled with thoughts so potent they are dangerous in the wrong hands and used for the wrong purpose. It is all so complicated that one is at a loss as to how to pull it all together for explanation. To explain God in a very simple manner, please picture a whipped cream fruit salad. God is the mixture in which all else takes place, the ingredient without which there would be nothing. Without the whipped cream as the holding ingredient, all parts of the salad would fall apart. The fruit are individual themselves in the whipped cream. They still retain their taste and characteristics, but without the whipped cream, they have very little relationship to each other, except for the fact that they are all fruit. God is the agent that bonds all together into a finished product. The overall picture is one of the universe in constant motion. When a star sinks into a black hole, sucked under by a bubble in the whipped cream, it does not disintegrate to be no more. It simply waits with the rest of the bubbles to be popped to the surface again in a different time and place. There is no destruction of the stars, just appearances and disappearances. The football field-sized universe, with Earth as a cherry and the Sun as a grapefruit, are all part of the same solar system. There are many solar systems in our galaxy, and there are many, many galaxies, each with many solar systems. There is a network of communication among 3 solar systems, and also a separate network between most planets in one solar system. The intricate workings of our telephone communication system may be a good comparison to the communication network of the galaxies. The universe is so large it is unfathomable. It frightens people to picture it this way, but they really need to be able to see and believe this. It should not make anyone feel useless or unneeded, as all are part of energy lines, and without them these energy lines are shorted out. This is why each spirit on each planet in each galaxy is vitally important to the overall energy line. They must all light up, so to speak, or that particular line of communication is dead until they do. Eventually they will. Picture each divine spark as a fiber that should glow in a fiber optic light. They are all needed for the beauty of the lamp to be complete. This is what is holding Earth back from plugging into this network of communication through its energy line. Our galaxy had the same beginning as all life in the universe. Humanity all has the same Oversoul, Michael, the Creator God, so all are tied together this way. The Oversoul has his 12 levels, planets, of each solar system. Each individual soul on Earth has his 12 levels of each planet, 12 levels for each of 12 mind dimensions, to evolve through. The Oversoul must evolve through the 12 planets, which are the planes of progress for him, before he can exit this solar system. The galaxies are in order. The gaseous cloud of dust that forms solar systems that will form the next one is already forming and can be detected by our astronomers. It really is mind-boggling, isn't it? The minds of these new bodies will be those who never descended onto a star or planet because their bodies haven't formed yet and are in the process of formation now. The pass through the Oversoul, the Milky Way galaxy, that our solar system revolves through, accounts for periods of great spiritual strides forward that humanity has taken, and for masses of people to open up to their inner being. This is the start of the 4th pass through the Oversoul. As people open up to assimilate these more powerful vibrations, they raise their own vibrations to their higher etheric selves and contact the real 4th dimension on the etheric level of the planet. They retain its beauty and color and high vibratory rate as they bring it into existence then on the earth plane, the exoteric plane. The unmanifested plane is the spiritual, the manifested plane is the physical. Both are etheric matter, divine, just a difference in vibratory rate.